This is my first impression over this last event, Galaxy Unpacked, where Samsung introduced the brand new Galaxy S24 Ultra. This is a nice contender for my phone of next several years, so I wanted to express my first thoughts, my impressions. There is something that I liked and also something that I didn't like a lot. For the most part, I think that whole presentation was a big hype. And to tell the truth, I think that it's more overhyped, even so all the AI stuff that they introduced, that is all cool, everything I like, because I think that AI is the future. AI is not only the future, AI is the past of our reality. So sooner or later we will see AI in the marketing material for refrigerators, for trash cans, for every device, even for your boots. AI boots. So get prepared to see more AI in the future in all the devices and get ready for overhype, over marketing and overuse of this terminology. AI is very nice. I want more really helpful AI features, AI assistant, recap of text messages, recap of audio files. I like this feature. It should be handy. Also, live translation. I think that its feature is very useful if it is implemented good, if all audio is clean, if there are no errors in the language translation, and also if there are lots of languages that are supported. Right now, they told that there will be only 13 languages in the beginning, and there were almost none of the languages that I use daily in my work with my... It's hard to judge right now. We will see later this month what is all these features about. Is it really that useful? Will there be errors in the translation and misunderstanding of this assistant? Is this a reliable feature? Can I use it in my daily life? Can I use it in my work? Can I use it in my business? I want to see, because AI features is one of the features that I like to see in the smartphones of the future. Also, build quality is nice. It has vapor chamber inside to get cooling, but we'll see. Hard to judge right now what will be thermals, what will be temperatures, how it will operate, will it throttle, and so on and so on. So right now can't tell for sure. NPU, GPU and CPU inside this phone, I like how they do their job. I like how they try to implement hardware ray tracing, how they want to implement all these nice features, because I want smartphones to replace laptops in the future, and the more power, the more efficient it will be, the better, because ray tracing, lots of programs use NPUs and ray tracing, not just for games, but like it can be a very powerful tool for creative work and so on. Won't talk much about this right now. And Samsung is nice contender to be one of the first in this regard, because they have DeX mode. It's called desktop replacement. You can use Samsung devices even now to try and replace some laptops, some desktops, to connect it to external monitor and use it as a normal laptop. But the problem with this setup is lack of nice programs for desktop. You can't replace desktop without nice programs that people use every day. This is the same problems with Apple, with their iPads. You can't replace MacBooks with iPads because there are simply no alternatives to the nice and useful programs, no apps. Quick Share, I enjoyed. I really liked that now you can share files easily between Android devices and even Windows laptops. It's a good thing. I enjoy when technology works together, when there are less hassles, and when you can use different devices together and share files between them. So don't get me wrong, I liked a lot about this device, and I think that I will buy it for review and for myself. I need new phone right now. I can't wait. The phone that I use right now is very old. I really like this presentation, but we need to get reality check, because I think that S24 Ultra is not very different from S23 Ultra, and there is small improvements. If it take all this AI out of this conversation, we get little to no improvement, little to no updates. The thing that upset me a lot was lack of major camera improvements, no 1-inch sensor, no 15 megapixels except the telephoto lens, 10 megapixels in 3x zoom. What's going on? 20 megapixels on the ultra-wide sensor. I know that, for example, in Sony a7S III has 12 megapixel also, but do not get this wrong, because smartphone megapixels and camera megapixels are not the same. They use different methods, and smartphone corporations are on the edge of straight up lie about megapixel count. So 12 megapixel is not enough in smartphone, and I wished it get more, but we get what we get. The image still looks a lot better than small Canon and Sony point-and-shoot cameras, so in this regard, no problems. Battery life, they claim improvements, but as I see, no huge improvements. The battery life is the same, and yeah, it is what it is. Also, the price, it starts from $1,300 before tax. Of course, in the countries where I travel, it will cost a lot more. The problem with this price is that it starts to creep in laptops and desktop territory. So I know that this device is premium, that it is nice construction quality, but in my humble opinion, it is overpriced, and it is overpriced a lot for the package that you get. If I want to recommend this phone to anyone else, I will buy it. For my work, for now, it fits perfectly, but for example, for everyday user, for majority of people, I won't recommend to spend that much money for the phone. It's just ridiculous. So I was not very impressed by this presentation. So all these AI features I used for years on my computers, and even my old Xiaomi phone, Mi 9, I still used AI features on that phone. It was not advertised, but I still could erase some objects on the photos. I could replace the sky. I can use text-to-speech. They were not as polished as on these new S24 Galaxy phones, but still, 5 years ago I used AI features in my phone, and there is nothing to impress me, because it could impress me a couple of years ago. But now AI is used everywhere, and everyone gets used to it. So it is what it is. As I told, I love live translation. I hope that it works perfectly and clean. It will help me a lot in my work. So otherwise, it's still nice phone, the same as S23 Ultra. The bummer is that cameras didn't get huge upgrade, because S23 Ultra got the last place in every blind camera test of almost everyone on YouTube. Try to look for yourself, as Samsung cameras in terms of portraits are not good. But who cares? For me, I use it for different reasons. If I want to have nice portraits, I will just use my mirrorless camera. So I hope I didn't confuse you. I want to sum up. I like AI features, I love AI assistant, I love recap and live translation, do not like camera models, do not like battery life, and do not like the price. Also, I do not like this hype around all these features, because to tell the truth, they are basic. And everyone already get used to this AI, and this is nothing new. So I will buy this phone, make a full review, and because I need hands-on experience to comment on it any further. So have a nice day.